We are jumping into the last power of the emotional state, the blue brain. And this one is actually going to be one of the ones that's going to help you stay in that calm mindset, that calm brain, so you can find those solutions. And this is the power of acceptance. And it is what it is. When Michaela gets angry, she throws a chair. It is what it is. That is her go-to tool when she is angry to communicate she is feeling a storm inside. Now, does that mean I'm not going to work with her to build new tools? No, because she needs tools to be successful in life. But as soon as I say things like this, Michaela is dangerous when she's angry. Michaela is violent. Michaela is bad. Michaela knows what she's doing, and she's throwing that chair just to make me angry. Do you hear how just those words, which are inflammatory, start to bring up anger or discomfort in you? They do in me. Because as soon as I start to label something as violent, aggressive, manipulative, coercive, bad, guess what? I'm tapping into my emotional blue brain. I'm tapping into my fears. Why do I care if a 5-year-old's throwing a chair? Well, I care because if I start saying it's detrimental, guess what? She throws a chair, she hurts another student. She throws a chair, she hurts me. I could lose my job. So there's a fear there. And so as soon as I label it, and I know this sounds so odd, but your brain is powerful. As soon as I label it with an inflammatory word, a judgmental word, my thinking brain gets muted. And then I start to say, oh, she ain't going to throw a chair when I'm in this room. Oh, this stops today, right? And then I'm going to kick in where I'm moving through emotion. And if I'm moving through high emotions, guess what Michaela's going to do? She's going to move in high emotions. So how do I keep calm? Because we've already talked about what we got to do for survival. We got to stay calm. Well, how do you stay calm when you've labeled the behavior as threatening? You can't. That's the power of acceptance. The power of acceptance says when Michaela throws a chair, she gets angry. Facts. Facts. We don't need to add any adjectives to it. Now, I'm thinking in my mind, when Michaela throws a chair, she gets angry. Okay. So when Michaela throws a chair, I need another physical, because I want to replace a physical strategy with another physical strategy. And I shouldn't say replace, because you can never erase, you must replace, right? So I've got to fix these strategies. So I'm going to teach Michaela, when you start to get angry, I will say, uh-oh, let's take a walk. Or, Kayla, walk with me. Or, Michaela, here's your fidget. Whatever she and I decide upon, are you ready for this? When she's calm. Now, I know your brain's going, what? I know, right? So here's what I have found that works really well with these students. When they're calm, we say, listen, Michaela, when you're angry, you throw chairs. And that can't happen in this room because I want you to be able to tell me what you need, but I know you can't because you're angry. So when you get super mad, when you start to get angry, what's something we can do instead? And Michaela may have ideas for you, or Michaela may say, I don't know. So you throw out 2 or 3 choices. Do you want to take a walk? Do you want to have a special spot to stand on or sit in? Do you want to fidget? What do you want? And you make a menu. You make it and see what she agrees to, because she's got to have some power in the situation. Because guess what? Hate to tell you this, but I think you probably know if you calm down, when she's throwing that chair, when that anger takes over her, she's powerless. She is powerless. Tantrums are not children controlling us. Tantrums are the emotions controlling the child. They're powerless. I have yet to meet someone who spins out of control and feels good about themselves, even adults. Okay. So we're going to help Michaela find that strategy, but then we're going to go one step further, because even though she's picked the strategies when she's calm, even though she and I have this plan we're going to do, guess what? It requires another step that we got to get to in the green brain, the executive state, which when she's angry is shut down, called metacognition, which is, let me pause. I've got to use the strategy. And me as the adult, because I have the power of acceptance. When Michaela's angry, she throws a chair. We are going to build new strategies. And I know this is going to take time. So as the adult, I take my breath so I don't get sucked in. I stay calm to keep her level not escalated. And I lend my frontal lobes to Michaela by giving her a cue word from a trusted adult that she knows it's time to step back. The hope is you do this before she hits an anger of level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The hope is you do this when she's level 2 or 3. Because by the time you can get her used to understanding how to put these in place over time, they'll start to become her preferred pathway. This is not easy. Teaching, parenting is not for the weak. It is so much easier to get on our phones and scroll and watch 10-second, 15-second TikToks on how to fix behavior. I get it. But at the end of the day, when you are building new neural pathways, you're going to take time, because that is what we have to do. Anything worth it is a long-term investment. If it's short, it's not worth it. Okay. So the power of acceptance also helps build empathy, because I am accepting Michaela's emotions. I am not telling Michaela, don't be mad. You ain't got no right to be mad. Or my favorite, what you going to do when you're an adult and you got a mortgage and blah, blah, blah. Baby, they don't care. They're mad now. Okay. So by showing empathy through the power of acceptance, we build empathy. And right now in America, we have the lowest rates of empathy ever. We have the highest rates of loneliness. Those two are connected. Kids need the power of acceptance, and they need adults to show them empathy. All right, let's go. Let's look at the rubric. So what we got, this is the power of acceptance. And arguing with reality creates struggle, not change. Let's talk about that. You're planned a picnic for your family, and it's raining outside the day of the picnic. Do you open the front door and yell at the rain? Do you open the front door and curse the weather? You might. Let me ask you something. Did it make it stop raining? Did the sun automatically come out and the birds start chirping and you pack your picnic and you look at your kids, you're like, I'm so glad I cussed the weather. Look, now we get to go on our picnic. You can be as mad as you want at how things are. Doesn't mean it's going to change them. So the power of acceptance says you open the door to go on the picnic and it's raining. You say, guys, we got a choice. We can do our picnic, but we're going to get wet. So let's take umbrellas. We're going to have fun playing in the mud. We know we're going to have fun in a picnic. We know we're going to get muddy and wet. We know it's going to be a silly, silly day. It's not what we expected, but it is what it is. Or say, guys, it's raining. Let's reschedule. We're going to try this next Saturday. What can we do today? Can we do a picnic inside? Can we do a tent where we all under the tent and we watch a funny movie together? Guess what? That's fun. There's a choice. So people don't feel powerless. Okay. There's the acceptance. It's raining. No matter how bad I cuss the rain, no matter how angry I am, it's still going to rain. And that's the power of acceptance. All right. So look at this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, I wish I was a 4. I work so hard to be a 4, and sometimes I am. But I'll be honest, when I'm stressed, when the day has not gone the way I want it to, when things are unpredictable, I might drop down to a 3 or a 2. And I need you to understand that with these rubrics. You're human. And every day your window of tolerance is going to be wider or narrower. Just forgive yourself, give grace, learn the lesson, and move on. Not everyone's going to be a 4 every single day of the week, every single minute. But what it means is when you drop to a 2, you take the breath and you try to aim for that 3. You become intentional about building the power instead of just, sitting, knowing you could do better, but not trying to do better because it's too hard. All right. As always, I hope this helps.